Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We are back here today with the next Ultimate Showcase video, and this one is going to be on a Mystic Champion. You probably know who it is because he's in the title and the thumbnail. That is right, it's going to be the Hood as my next rank 3 Mystic Champion, my 6th Mystic. So I made an Is the Hood Underrated video about a month and a half ago, and I was so impressed by him that I pretty much said in the comments, like, do you guys think I should take him to rank 3? Most people said yes. They were like, dude, this guy is really cool, underrated, take him up. But somebody was like, hey, listen, take him up, but you gotta learn the infinite invisibility loop. And I was like, okay, I'll look into that, man. So I looked into that. I learned it. You're going to be seeing it a bunch in this video. We'll go over what that is. We'll go over all that stuff in this video. Don't worry. But yeah, man, I've had this guy at rank 3 now for a little over 3 weeks or so. I've been procrastinating on making this video, but he's been up for a bit. I used him a lot in the new Cav event quest. I've been using the Hood very casually for a lot of stuff like side quests, all this other stuff. He fits so well with many of my other champions that I use very often as well. So I feel like he really fits in very nicely in my roster. As you can see, this is now the top of my Mystic roster. Doom, Tiger, Dragon Man, Black Widow, the Hood, and Diablo are all up at rank 3. I love those guys, man. Those are, in my opinion, 6 of the best Mystics in the entire game. So really big fan of the top of that roster. Very happy with it. Very happy with the Hood up at rank 3. We have a lot of really cool fights in this video to show you. A lot of really awesome utility to show you. The Hood is not like a super mega ultra damage champion, right? Like coming out swinging like amazing boss killer type champion. He's an amazing utility champion who has a lot of utility, who also has a decent bit of damage too, and can do a lot of things that you might not even know he can do well. So we're gonna go over all of that, of course, and you're gonna see it in this video. But before we do that, we have to talk about some synergies and stuff. So in my opinion, his most important synergy, if you're using him for more than one fight, is with either Mole Man or any of these 3 right here. It allows you to gain more bullets when you knock the opponent down. Another very great one is with King Garut or Vulture or Ronin or A-Bomb, right? That makes your invisibility have a higher chance at the beginning, allowing you to miss more hits. These 3 are his best synergies, but he also has some great synergies with some really awesome champs as well. For example, with Kingpin, invisibility lasts 25% longer, and he also has a great synergy with Ghost that allows him to start invisible. On top of that, he also has a synergy with Strife that gives him some additional attack power over here, okay? He also has a pretty decent synergy with Purgatory, actually, and that does a few things for him. It increases his ability accuracy by 20%, his armor rating by 900, and you also go immune to bleed. So that makes him possible for biohazard and call drops and all stuff like that, right? Completely immune to bleed. That's not in this video, but keep in mind, that's the utility right there. I completely forgot about that. Maybe we'll throw that in. Maybe we'll throw it in during the utility showcase. I just remembered it. On top of that, he also has a decent synergy with Mr. Negative, okay? And what that does is it puts an energy vulnerability on the opponent when you use a heavy attack, okay? That's really good. And I believe he has one more that I'm missing that I'll probably call out in this video when I remember it. But essentially, you know, for the most part, I mix and match these in this video, but these are like his most important ones. These aren't really anything over here. But yeah, man. So the Hood has a lot of synergy potential. Like I said, he's very decent on his own without synergies if you're using him for 1 or 2 fights or fights with lots of buffs and stuff like that. But if you're using him for like an entire lane, you're going to want to bring that Mole Man synergy, and the other ones are really nice to have. But with all that being said, let's start in with a really very big fight, okay, using the Hood. And you already know who it is. It is the 6.2 champion boss. Now, I actually loved pre-buff Hood for this fight, but dude, buffed Hood, oh my god, he is so unbelievable for this fight. He might be arguably the best option for this fight in the game right now, man. So the Hood's invisibility is so good. It's so good. And it could be even better than I'm doing right here. I wasn't going for, like, you know, the infinite invisibility in this fight right here. I was just controlling the fight. That was my main thing, man. Just consistently going for the special 2s. I think I had like 3 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion here. So whenever he tries to gain buffs, I'm going to be gaining so much power here, okay? So At this point, right, I'm just staying invisible the entire time. I'm chaining my special 2s. I'm keeping this guy in the corner. I'm staggering his buffs. He has a Fate Seal on from the special 2. He can't gain buffs to save his life. The champion can't gain any buffs. And at this point, I'm building up my Hex Pullets on him, right? I'm stacking it up. We have 36 at the moment. I'm going to time it just perfectly because I want to just nuke him down in one go. That's pretty much my plan here, right? I'm just keeping him in the corner, cycling the special 2s, and just waiting for my moment to strike, and it is coming up. All right, I'm coming to about 50 of my bullets here. I still have 36 bullets. This is such an ideal fight for the Hood. Okay, we're gonna go for one more special 2. Watch the champion's health bar right here. Watch it, down to 10%. And now I don't know what this bug is about, but the champion has 6, count them, 6 indestructible charges. So we have to dex 6 times. Okay, I guess we can do that. But how easy was that, guys? How easy did that look? Unbelievable, right? Absolutely nuts how good he is for this fight. Crazy. The invisibility that he has is so good. It is so good. It's one of the best invisibility mechanics in the entire game, if you know how to do it, right? If you know how to count, if you know how to count how many you've had. Like I said, if you bring King Groot along, you're going to get an extra miss as well. Essentially, you're supposed to get 2 guaranteed misses, right? When you enter invisibility, you get 120% chance to miss, and every time something misses, it goes down by 20%. With King Groot, it starts at 140%. So you get hit, down to 120, get hit, down to 100, get hit, down to 80%. So you get those 3 guaranteed crits, which is really great, man. So yeah, this guy completely shredded that like it was his freaking job, man. And now with that being said, let's start jumping into some more fights over here, all right? We're just going to jump in against Winter Soldier. I'm going to talk about that infinite invisibility thing, right, that I was talking about before, which makes his invisibility even more OP, dude. It's like he is essentially invisible the entire fight. So what you do, first of all, I always like to start invisible, right, on my way up. But what you do to activate the infinite invisibility is you get to your special 2 and then you activate invisibility like I just did. So as you can see, it's on cooldown, right? By the time you get to special 2, it's going to be back. So watch this now. We're going to activate invisibility. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Very good. And now what we're going to do, very important, we're going to go for a special 2 and watch this. Invisibility goes on cooldown while invisibility is active, okay? And now, watch what we can do. We can activate invisibility manually when that cooldown is done. So the invisibility buff is still up, and now what you can do here is you can chain special 2s, or you can just activate it manually over and over. If you have the Mole Man synergy, every time you use a special 2, right, you're gonna gain 3 bullets back. But look at how he's just trying to hit me while I'm invisible here, recharging it, right? And he's going right through my block. It's literally ridiculous, man. So he's not like as fast as Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's not like as fast as Ghost or Hercules or those other high damage champions. But this mist mechanic is quite literally ridiculous. Now keep in mind that when you are invisible as well and you're awakened, okay, you're essentially permanently stun immune too. So you're stun immune here. You are stealing their powers on medium and special 2 as well. And you're just missing everything as well. So at this point, it's gone. I haven't even mentioned the giant burst of damage that we did. And look, if you mess it up, right, if it goes away, that's totally fine. Because you just go for a special 2 again, and it's back. And it's just back. So that's definitely, like, you know, pretty decent, right? So, hey, man, why don't we go for this? I don't know if you guys have ever seen this fight before, but there's this Hyperion in 6.3. He's pretty hard. He's pretty hard. I don't know if anyone's ever seen this fight before. Oh, this is the other synergy, Invisible Woman. When you miss an attack, you gain 10% of your power. That's definitely really good. So check it out right here. You gain 10% of your power. But yeah, so this Hyperion that everyone's fighting, right? The Hood is so good for it because, like I said, his buff control on special 2, the Fate Seal, is so good. So if you guys remember, when the Hood first got buffed, He didn't have the Fate Seal on the special 2, and people were like, whoa, 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 absolutely not. You're not taking that away, right? And they took 6 months to bring it back. They said it was like too OP with the buff control, and honestly, I kind of agree. It is so unbelievably overpowered with both the stagger and the Fate Seal. You will never see a buff on the opponent if you stay aggressive and you do it properly. You will not see a buff. It is nuts. The Fate Seal is nuts with how you can just chain special 2s back to back, especially if you're running Mystic Dispersion. Over here, this guy has Aspect of Evolution, right? So I accidentally pushed him up to 3 bars of power, but he didn't throw the special 3, and we went for the explosion, and the Hood completely just nuked him, dude. So you're probably wondering, how high can we chain up those bullets, those hex bullets, and what does the damage look like? So we went for Old Man Logan here, right? And like I said, he can build those up pretty highly. Now we can watch this, right, if you really want, but there's a lot of fights. Let's just skip to like, I don't know, let's skip to like here. Okay, now the cap is 99. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get up to 99 of our, hex bullets on the opponent, and then we're gonna explode them and see the damage that we do. Okay, now keep in mind, again, he's not going to get through these Labyrinth fights, these 1.5 million health pool fights, messed up right there, faster than Cosmic Ghost Rider, but he's not like a damage first champion. He is a utility first champion who has pretty high damage potential, man. So at this point, we're activating the permanent invisibility cycle once again, since he got messed up with that heavy attack that I ate because I didn't count properly at that point, right? But as you can see, man, the Mole Man synergy is really keeping us in this fight here, okay? Allowing us to keep our bullets up and allowing us to continually put those hex bullets on the opponent. And as you can see right here, he has 90. We're about to get him up to 99 in just a second here. And look at how we're just stealing his power and chaining these special 2s. That is absolutely ridiculous, man. All right, let's get ready for it. Let's get ready for the giant explosion in just a second. 528k. 528k. Now that can go even higher. We could bring in Mr. Negative for the energy vulnerability. We could bring in, I don't know if I have Strife here. I'm not sure if I have Strife for the plus 50% health. I don't remember who I brought. But yeah, that is like pretty decent. That's a pretty decent explosion of passive damage, right? Definitely not too bad, guys. So here is a very, very, very interesting fight. This is probably one of my favorite fights in the entire video here. This is 6.3.1. Do You Bleed Medusa that also has Buffet. Now keep in mind, okay? The invisibility on special 2 and manual activation, that's a buff. So I can't activate it. I can't go invisible in this fight. So this is not going to be like any of the other fights in this video. This is like, I said, the Hood can do some things that you probably don't even know he can do. And this is one of them. This is going to be one of them. So the Hood has a bleed on his special 3, right? This is Do You Bleed. This is Do You Bleed Medusa. We need a bleed, right? There's also Buffet, so I have to be very careful. I want to bait out a special attack from her before I go for the special 3, right? As you can see, I activate the invisibility. It doesn't even work. It doesn't even work because of Buffet. Another thing, by the way, is that when a stagger expires naturally, we get a little bit of a life steal on the opponent, which is nice. So we're topping up at 99% health. So we put a bleed on the opponent, and now a heavy attack is going to refresh it, okay? So as you can see, it's taking for 420 at the moment, which is not much, because look at that. She just triggered Buffet, and it went for 20k regeneration. So that's not the best here. And this bleed, it's going down pretty fast. I'm not running Do You Bleed at all at the moment. I'm running 3 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion here, okay? And we're just going to keep this bleed going. We're going to keep it going. Just for a little bit. And it's going to ramp up a little bit more here. Because right now, we did 5% damage so far. Which definitely isn't anything crazy, right? But we're going to refresh it here. And we're going to go for another special 3. Now, this is something that I did not know about the Hood prior to making this video. So it turns out that the Hood's bleed on special 3 can stack. And it looks like it's doing more damage the more it stacks. Because it was doing 420 per tick. Now it's doing 1,175 per tick. Okay, it's definitely decent. Well, you might know where we're going with this now at this point. We're going to stack it again. Okay, so here comes another special 3 bleed. Okay? So for stuff like do you bleed, bleed vulnerability, stuff like that, the hood could be pretty decent for those fights because he just keeps that bleed going. Now, this third bleed is ticking even higher. And when we combine them right here, refresh it, it's ticking for 1,930 every half second. This is almost about 4,000 damage per second with 3 bleeds up. And we're just going to parry heavy our way all the way up to special 3 once again. And we're going to stack another one on. And this Medusa's going down. She is very slowly, but very surely, draining. Her health is just dropping down and she's about to fall below 50% health. Now, I wish I can activate invisibility and like miss her entire special 2. That would be great, right? But unfortunately, we can't. So we got to get the heavy attack right here. Boom. Refreshed our 3. Now we're going to have 4 bleed debuffs on Medusa. Now let's see what this does. It's ticking again now for 2,672 per half second. It's a little over 5,000 damage. It's about 5,300 damage per second now at this point. And she's just falling down, man. Slowly but surely, like I said, draining down. About 1% per second. Now, if she had a higher health pool, we can keep this going. We can stack 5. We can stack 6. And at this point, look at this. She's not throwing her specials. I said, all right, let's refresh. Let's go for a special 2 into her block. And then she just falls. That was probably my favorite fight in the video because I never expected him to really be able to do it. Is he the best option for it? No. But I think it's really cool that he can do it. All right, let's start looking at some utility now, okay? So nodes like Footloose, okay? Or any nodes where they gain a buff in any way, right? They gain a buff on Footloose by using a special attack. They gain the Unstoppable buff and the Evade buff, okay? So let's see if we can pretty much go through this entire fight without seeing it. She went for it. It was staggered. Keep in mind, Medusa also has her Fury buffs, right? Now that we get to the special 2, at this point, we're done. This is all we needed. We needed the special 2. Because the Fate Seal is on now. And at this point, it's just done. It's just done. We're going to go for a heavy attack here in just a second. After we go invisible. Special 2. And heavy. Pretty good. I'd say he did that fight pretty good. So, nodes like powerful from afar, right? Powerful from afar. Let's see what happens in this one, okay? Powerful from afar is when they move away, they gain a buff, right? They gain a power gain buff, just like that. See that? He's gaining it. But now, every time we put the stagger on, he goes away, it's not there. He goes away, and it's just not there. We get to a special 2, and the Fate Seal is just up. I'm waiting here for that stagger to fall off from Sim Supreme. There we go. No more power from afar, man. Done. It's just done. Now, this is a node that's found in like Alliance War, it's found in Act 7, it's found in variant content, it's found all over the place. This is a very annoying node to deal with. Any sort of external power gain like that is always annoying. And we've got through it like it was nothing. So I now want to show a fight that I did in Incursions the other day on stream. It was in an early room, right? Early part of the stream. But look, this Falcon had both Powerful from Afar and Footloose, which are the two nodes that I just showed. And he demolished this, man. Like it was nothing, okay? So, look at that. The Power from Afar, it's gone. It's gone. He's going to go for a special attack. After we go for the invisibility here, right? Got the stagger on, no Footloose. Gonna go for special 2, Fate Seal. Gonna explode. Dead. So if the health pool is around like 200 to 250k, that is like ideal. Ideal for the Hood. So you've probably seen the Hood on Resistor. He's so much fun on Resistor. Whenever there are so many buffs like this, the Hood is so much fun in those scenarios because he just completely destroys it. He completely shuts down. There's so many things for him to just get rid of with this Fate Seal. I'm only running 3 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion in this video, okay? Watch what happens when we go for the special 2 with the 10 buffs, or more than 10 against Black Bolt. Look at that. Right back up to another special 2. Go for the heavy attack. He's almost dead. Go for another heavy attack. Go for another heavy attack. Might as well go for one more. Now we'll finish off with the special 2. See, he slams it, man. So that's the thing. You take him up against like bosses, and he does pretty well. He does good. I can get fights out of it. But then you take him on like these lanes, right? These like utility lanes, and he smashes them because that's what he's meant to do. And he does a really darn good job at it. So this was that 1% regen Red Hulk in 6.1 somewhere. But the point is, he regenerates 1% health per second. That's really tough. Now, there's a few ways we can go about doing this. We can build up the Hex Charges and do, enough damage to kill him with it. But, we're going to try and get rid of that regen buff. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of the regen buff with the special 2. Okay? I mean, guys, look at this invisibility here. I did one too many on accident, right? But look at this now. The special 2, gone. Gone. Done. Dusted. Reduced to atoms. Never to come back. Crazy. Any sort of like, active buff like that. Any sort of active buff, it's just gone. Fate Seal just gets rid of it. At this point, a heavy attack should kill him off. Look at this. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I could probably kill him right here very easily. Just drawing it out a little bit, I guess. He could have been dead like 20 seconds ago. Alright, heavy attack here. There we go. Nice. Into the face. You love to see it. Up next, let's go for 6.2 Mordo. Alright? Now, you guys know Mordo, obviously, unblockable special, spite, all this other stuff, right? So, again, he has spite. So that's not ideal for our invisibility buff, okay? But, in general, we can control, Mordo's buffs, his power gain buff, his regen buffs, his fury buffs, like, it's going to stagger it and stuff like that. Now, unfortunately, there is spite. But any normal Mordo, he's going to be decent for. And how about this, man? How about the safety net of the invisibility against Mordo and these unblockable special attacks, right? Pretty freaking nuts. Pretty nuts. Go for the special 2. Try to steal his power with the mediums and our special 2. Look at this. The Astral Evade, it doesn't hit us because we miss it. The invisibility makes the Astral Evade miss, which is pretty cool. Very cool, actually. And we're just going through this. We're just taking it slow. We're being safe here, right? We're going to go invisible. We're going to try to steal his power with the special 2. We did a decent job with that. Got to use a heavy attack to for Hurt Locker. And Mordo's down to 42% health. And now he's at 3 bars of power. And fun story with the Hood Special 3, it gains additional attack rating for every bar of power the opponent has. So this special 3 did some more damage. Unfortunately, you know, Mordo's going to go right for his special 3 now. But that's kind of just the nature of this fight. It's just kind of like, depending on like the power gain scenarios, Mordo likes to go for a lot of special 3s. Okay? So yeah, man. But we're just about done. Mordo's down at 30% health. We're definitely doing a decent job in this fight, and we're getting through it fine enough, man. The Fate Seal and the Stagger, that's pretty much like the MVP in this fight. It's just controlling his power gain buffs. It's kind of turning him off aside from Spite, right? So I almost wonder if maybe not going for invisibility at all in this fight would be better to do. But I mean, you know, it's the Hood and he's kind of fun to do that. Now at this point, he's down to 1% health. And of course, do not go gentle, right? This is when it's going to kill me because do not go gentle. I have 7 charges and yeah, we are all the way down to 0. But that's kind of the nature of the fight. You go in with somebody else and you just tap them one time. All right, we got one more fight with the Hood. We have 6.4 Captain Marvel movie. Okay. And of course, he's definitely going to do decent here because it's Captain Marvel and we're a Mystic, right? So that's definitely pretty darn good. There's close encounters here, unblockable special attacks. Watch this. Watch this. For special 2. Oh, I have one more fight after this, actually. There's one more fight. There's one more fight after this one. I lied. So yeah, 2 more fights left, including this one. But see how he just completely phases through the entire special 2, man. That's nuts. That's nuts to me. Like it's nothing. Like it's absolutely nothing. He's very satisfying to play. Like when you're going through like these special 2 chains, he feels very satisfying to me. I really like busting him out like for the boss, right? Going in like with all my bullets, not having to bring the other synergies along, right? And just having him for like that one in the chamber type of champ. I kind of like that. I enjoy using the Mole Man synergy to keep his bullets up, even in those fights as well. But even without him, I do like him for like one fight scenarios, right? I think he's definitely good for that kind of thing. But yeah, this Captain Marvel is about to be flushed down the toilet in just 2 seconds. So we have one more fight to look at now, and that is going to be Variant 3 Kang. Yes, that's right, the Kang that regenerates back to full health every 20 seconds unless there's an incinerate or a shock on him. Now the Hood, well, he's got a shock debuff on his special 1. Now, unfortunately, in this fight, we have 50% of our attack power because it's Variant 3, and only tech champions have full attack power. But watch this. Watch a few things here. First things first, the shock is up, but also watch this. That's just like, oh my god, man. For like those hard to deck specials, if you're doing like the infinite invisibility thing, you don't even have to worry about ever dexing them again. You miss everything. You just go invisible. Like it's nothing. Now, the special 1, when the shock expires, it also places a very long stun on the opponent. It can also be refreshed with the heavy attacks. So you can go about this in a few different ways. You can refresh it with the heavy attack, or you can chain it with the special 1s, and it's very easy to chain it with the special 1s because the stun gives you a very, very easy opening to go in and do so. Check it out, right? So at this point, I'm saying to myself, all right, I want to kind of go for like refreshing the shock kind of thing at this point, right? That's the strategy I want to go for now. I don't want to keep using special 1s. I want to go for special 2s. I want to build up bullets, and I want to like nuke this guy down. That's really what I want to do. But so far, it's going pretty well, right? Kang is down to 62% health. We never really had a moment of like, maybe, you know, we'll die here. Or maybe this, you know, maybe he'll heal here, right? Even right now, I feel very safe, like taking my time. No shock is on. Going for the special 2. Now I feel good going for the special 1. After that heavy attack through his special 1, right? Gonna try and refresh the shock debuff right here. Didn't work, but I'm invisible. Visual bug, I don't look invisible, but I actually am, right? Let's go ahead and refresh it again in the corner. It's like you do like combos into a heavy attack while you're invisible, and it's completely safe because you have 140. Look, I mean, guys, it's just, I feel like at this point I was like, let's see like how ridiculous I can get with these heavy attacks. Let's just see how ridiculous I can possibly get doing this. It's pretty ridiculous, man. It's pretty silly. Look. Watch this, the special 2 into his block doesn't matter because you gain the invisibility buff, so if they go to counter you, it doesn't matter. Like, listen, I could have played this fight and so much better and, like, you know, more efficiently and made the fight go faster, but at this point, I was kind of like, dude, like, am I just going to be able to chain heavy attacks in the corner the entire fight? That's, like, look at through special attacks, man. I just keep activating invisibility and doing heavy attacks and special 2s, and he's dying. One more heavy, that's really going to be it. This is it right here. Boom. He just controlled the fight the entire time. And that's really what I like about this guy. Is that whenever I play with him, I feel a very big, strong sense of control over the fight. For many different reasons. The buff control, the power control, and his sig ability over here, right? Just the invisibility as well, and being able to miss everything and have easy openings to combos and just taking hits to the phase, going for heavy attacks whenever you need them. Plus, he has some really cool genes too. I like those like silver gray genes that he's got on. But yeah, man, this guy is an absolute beast. So if you have the hood and you think he's bad, if you think his buff was bad, I do recommend you give him another look because he's so good and he can probably do at least something for your roster. If you don't like him, hey man, that's totally fine. But I do recommend giving him another look because I think he's really good. And more importantly, I think he's really fun. And I do think that's very important and a very underrated aspect to champ evaluation in this game. That if a champion is fun, sometimes he's worth playing. All right? But anyway, my dudes, that's going to be it for this one. I do hope you enjoyed this Ultimate Showcase video on the hood. I definitely enjoyed making it. If you did enjoy it, if you learned something about the hood, drop your boy a big old like. Comment what you think about the hood in the comment section below. And make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future Ultimate Showcase videos coming to you very soon. I'll be seeing you around.